Music be the food of love, play on. Me excess of it, that's fighting the appetite, me sicken and so die. Straight again, had a dying fall. Came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving up. Enough, no more. It's not so sweet now as it was before. Spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth, as the sea not enters there, what validity and pinch soe'er but fall into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes to fancy that it alone is high fantastic.
Will you go hunting, my lord?
What, Curio?
The heart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I am. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a heart. My desires, like felling cruel hounds, ere since pursued me. Come now. What news from her?
So please, my lord, might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view. But like a cloistress, she will build walk in water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath the heart of that fine brain, to pay this debt of love but to a brother? How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? Her liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections with oneself king. Away, before me, to sweet beds of flowers. Of thoughts lie rich when canopy profounds.
What country friend is this? This is Illyria, lady. And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailor? It is perchance that you yourself were saved. Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be. Aye, madam. And to give you comfort, assure yourself that when our ship did sink, when you and those poor souls saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching him to practice, strong masts that lived upon the sea. Where like Arion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves so long as I could see. For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, where to thy speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country? Well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place. Who governs here? A noble duke, in nature as the name. What is his name? Orsino. Orsino. I heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then. And so is now. For was so very late, but for a month ago I traveled from hence, and then it was fresh in rumor. As you know what great ones do, let's be proud of them. They did seek the love of fair Olivia. What's she? A virtuous maid. The daughter to a count who died some 12 months since. Then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died. For whose love, they say, she had to join the company and save men. Oh, that I serve that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I bade mine own occasion mellow with my estate is. How hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the Duke's. There's fair behavior in thee, Captain. And though that nature was a beauteous well doth oft to close in pollution, yet of thee I will believe that thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as happily shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit? Only shape thou thy silence to my wit. Be you his eunuch, and sure mute all be. My tongue lads, let my eyes not see. I thank thee. Lead me on. Oh.
What a plague means my cousin? To take the death of a brother thus, I am sure cares an end to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. My lady, your cousin, takes great exception to your ill hours.
Why let her accept before accept?
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confined? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough for drinking, so be these boots too. And if not, they'll hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday. And of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Who, Sir Andre, did he?
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll be about a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie that you'll say so. He plays the viol to gamboys, and speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed. Almost natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreller. And, but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarrelling, 'tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a brave.
By his hand, they are scoundrels and substractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, that he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking health to my cousin. I'll drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat, and drink in Illyria. He is a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my cousin till his brain turneth into like a perished cock. What wench? Castilian the vulgar, for here comes Sir Andrew anyways.
Sir Toby Crouch. How now, Sir Toby Crouch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, very.
And you too, sir.
A cost, Sir Andrew? A cost? My cousin's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Lacoste, I desire bear acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Lacoste.
You mistake. Knight, cost is front her, board her, woo her, sail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in his company. Is that the meaning of
Very well, gentlemen.
You've been down like pot so, Sir Andrew, but that makes ever draw sword again.
Are you part so, mistress? I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have full submission?
Sir, I have you not by the hand.
Very much you shall have. And here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart, what's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I am not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full?
I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand. I am barren.
Oh, knight, thou lackest the cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think, unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I have a great ear of beef, and I'm glad it doesn't harm me.
No question.
I thought that honorable swear it. I'll write home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Jim or not Jim? Oh, had I bestowed that time in the tongues I have been fencing, dancing, and bear-baiting. Oh, had I left all these parts.
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why, would that my
Past question. For thou seest it will not curl by nature.
but it comes to well, now it's not.
Excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff. Eh? I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off. Huh?
Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your cousin will not be seen. But if she be, it's more than one she'll none to me. The count in your heart by himself moves her.
Well, she'll none to the count. She'll not match above her degree. Neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear it. But there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels, sometimes all together.
Oh, art thou good at these kickshaws, knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, I do not agree in my betters, and yet I will not compare.
What is thy excellence in galleon, knight?
Faith, I can kick.
Oh, and I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I know the back trick simply strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hidden? Wherefore have these gifts occurred in before? Are they like to take dust, like Mistress Mole's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galleon, and come home in a Toronto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make one, which is a single face, huh? What dost thou mean? Is it not going to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg it was formed under the star of the galleon.
Ah, 'tis strong, and does indiffer well in the dun-colored stock. Shall we set about some reference?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus, that's size and heart.
No, sir. It is legs and thighs. Let me see the gamer. Ah, I heard. Aha! Excellent!
Is it to continue these favors towards you, Cesario? You are like to be much advanced. He have known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger. You either fear his humor or my negligence that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors? No, believe me. I thank you. Here comes the count.
Who's not sorry about?
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stage one. Cesario now knows no less but all. I have a class today devoted even of my secret soul. Therefore, can you, dressed thy gait unto her, be not denied access. Strain at her doors and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have eyes.
Sure, my noble lord. If she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she will never admit me.
Be clamorous and leave all civil bounds, rather than make them properly return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become me well to act my woes. She will attend it better than thy youth than in the nuncios of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Till I believe, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblant of a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortune done.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a powerful strife, whoe'er I woo myself would be his wife.
Nay, I will tell you where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born of I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars. And that may you be bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent. Or to be turned away. Is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. And for turning away, let summer bear it out.
You are resolute, then.
Not so, neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
Oh, that if one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskins fall.
Act in good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue. No more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely, you were best.
Wit, and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee to very oft prove fools. And I, that am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise woman. For what sake vernaculus? Better a witty fool than foolish wit.
God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away. Do you not hear, gentlemen? Take away the lady. Go to. You're a dry fool. I'll no more with you. Besides, go dishonest. 2 faults, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. For give the dry fool drink, is the fool not dry? Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If he does not, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that this simple syllogism will serve, so. If it will not, what remedy? As there is no true coupled with calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady may take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away. Sir, I bade them take away you. Miss Prison in the highest degree. Lady, you call us not facet monaco. It's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you. Can you do it? Dexterously, good Madonna. Make your proof. I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me. Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof. Good Madonna, why mournest thou? Good fool, for my brother's death. I think his soul is in hell, Madonna. I know his soul is in heaven, fool. The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take her away, fool! Thank you of this fool Malvolio, does she not mend?
Yes, shall do till the pangs of death shake her. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, speedy infirmity, for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for tuppence that you are no fool. I'll say to that, Malvolio.
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw her put down the other day with an ordinary fool that had no more brain than a stone. Look you now, she's out of her guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasions to her, she's gagged. And protest I take his wise number. Go so with these sad kind of fools, no better fools enemies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and a free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you cannon bolts. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though she do nothing but rail, nor rail in a no discreet man, though he do nothing but to reprove. Now, Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fool.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Oh, fetch him off. I pray you, he speaks nothing but madmen. Fie on him. Oh, you, Malvolio, if it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home, what you will, to dismiss it. Now you see, ma'am, how your fooling grows old, and people dislike it. Thou hast spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool, whose skull Jove crammed with brains for... Here he comes. One of thy kin has the most weak meter. By my honor, how drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
What gentleman?
Is a gentleman here? Oh, the plague on these pickled hair. Oh, now, son.
Good Sir Toby. Cousin. How have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lethargy? I defy lethargy. There's one at the gate.
Ay, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil if he will. I cannot. If me fate say I. Well, it's all one.
What's a drunken man like? Fool. Like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool, a second mads him, and a third drowns him. Go thou, and speak the crowner. Let him sit on my cause, for he's in the third degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him. He is but mad yet, Madonna, and fool shall look to the madman.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick, he takes on him to understand, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep, he seems to have foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak to you. What is to be said, young lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the escorter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, a man.
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will he or no?
Of what personage in years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy. As the flock is before 'tis a pease call, or a quadling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man. He speaks very shrewishly, and he's very well favored. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlemen, my lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come. Throw it over my face.
will once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will.
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet, by the very fangs of malice I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve, but this is from my commission. I will end with my speech in your praise and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
Is it more like to be feigned? I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time to commune with me to make one of so skipping a dialogue. Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber, I am to halt here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful.
Speak your office. It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of matter as peace.
If you begin rudely, what are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity, to any other, profanation.
Give us a place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady,
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
in Orsino's bosom,
In his bosom. What chapter of his bosom?
to answer by the method in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was is present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis engraved, sir, both for wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, though you were crowned the non-pariah of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great state, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature, a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate and call upon my soul within the house. Write Loyal cantons of contempt, love, and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Halloo your name across the reverberant hills, and let the babbling gossip of air call out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me. You might do much. What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him say no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. I thank you for your pains. Fare you well. Spend this for me. I am no feed post lady. Keep your purse, my master, not myself lacks recompense. Love, make his heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell. Fair cruelty. What is your heritage? Of my fortunes, yet my state is wealth. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirits to give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast. Soft. Soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and simple stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Yes, madam, good service.
Run after that same peevish messenger. He left this ring behind him, would I or not. Tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that be will come this way tomorrow, I'll give you reasons for it. Hiding Malvolio.
Yes, madam, I will.
I do not know not what in fear to find mine eyes greater flattery for my mind. Oh, fate, show thy force yourselves we do not know. What this decree must be. Be this so.
Will you stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know of you, whither you are bound.
No, sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian. My father was that Sebastian of Messaline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Alas, today.
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. But though I could not with such estimable wonder overfar believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. Oh, she is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more, mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court. Else would I very shortly see thee there. But, come what may, I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
what you've done now with the castle, Lydia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir, and you might have saved me my pains to have taken her away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you put your lord in a desperate assurance that she will not. And one thing more, that you never be so hardy to come again in his affairs unless be to report his taking of this. Receive it so?
She took the ring of me, all none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and it is her wish it should be so returned. If it is worth stooping for, therein lies in your eye. If not, it is the finest of...
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outsides have not charmed her. She did make good view of me. Indeed, so much that sure me thought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure, the cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why, he left her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art of wickedness, where the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms? How will this badge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, find as much on him, when she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state's desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sigh shall poor Olivia breathe? Long time, thou must entangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
I promise, Sir Andrew, not to be in bed after midnight is to be of the times, and will of your love suitor, thou knowest him.
Nay, my troth, I know not. But I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled gift. To be up after midnight and go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Mary, I say, a stoup of wine.
Here comes the bull, Faith.
How now, my hearts? Did you never see the picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my troth, the bull has an excellent breast. I would rather than 40 shillings I had such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing as the bull has. Thou wast been very gracious, Floyd, last night when thou spokest of pig-row products, of the Vapians, passing the equinoxial of Phoebus. 'Tis very good of thee. I sent thee sixpence for thy leaving. Hudson?
I did petticoat thy fertility, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white hand, and the myrmidons are no bottle alehouses.
Excellent. That's the best feeling when all is done. Now, a song.
Come on, there is sixpence for you here. Let's have a song, huh?
Here's a test for me, too. It's one night game.
Would you a love song or a song of good life?
Oh, a love song, a love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, Mistress mine, where are you going? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. That can sing both high and low, high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweetings. Journeys end in lovers' meeting. Everyone's dance, some not know, some not know.
Excellent, babe.
Good, good, good.
What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth and present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. Still unsure. In delay that eyes grow plenty. Then come this sweet and plenty. Used to stop the front door.
Not the door. Oh, I never flew as voice as I am through night.
The contagious breath.
very smart and contagious and baby.
To hear by the nose it is dulcet and contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl and catch that will draw 3 souls out of one wing? Shall we do that?
Hey, you love me, let's do it. I'm down.
By your lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Oh, sir, let her catch me, thou knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave knight. I shall be constrained in it to call thee knave knight.
It's not the first time I've constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good and fair, come again.
Hold thy peace, thou knave, hold thy peace, I bring it down, knave.
Hold thy peace, thou knave, hold thy peace, I bring it down, knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave, hold thy peace, I bring it down, knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave, hold thy peace, I bring it down, knave. Hold thy peace, thou knave, Hold thy peace, I bring thee down,
What do you keep here? If my lady cannot pull up her sword Malvolio and make him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My ladies of Catane, we are politicians, Malvolios of Pego Ramsey, and 3 merry men be we. And not I consanguineous, Am I not of her blood? Till Valley lady, there dwelt a man in battle called Lady.
Be sure to make the knights an admirable fooling.
Aye, he does well enough when he be disposed. So do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
Oh, the day of December!
For the love of God, peace.
Milas! Are you mad? Or what are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty in you, that you gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do you make an alehouse of my lady's house, that you squeak out your coacher's catches, without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Have you no respect for persons, place, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir, in our catches. Snap out.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Sir Toby.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
Even so,
But I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
it's much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go?
What if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no, you dare not.
Out the tomb, sir. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, that there shall be no more cakes and ale?
Yes, by St. Anne, and ginger will be hot in the mouth too.
Thou art right. Go, sir, from your chain and cross. The stoop wide, where I am.
Mistress Mary, if you prize my lady's favor in anything more than contempt, you would not give means to this. Uncivil rule. She shall know that by this act.
Go shake your ears.
Birds good indeed to drink when a man's a hungry, to challenge him in the field, and then break promise with him, and make a fool.
Do it, now. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the count was today with my lady, she is much unquiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a neighborhood and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us, possess us. Tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, he is something of a Puritan.
Oh, if I got that, I would beat him like a dog.
What? For being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser. The fetched ass that can't sing without book and utters it by great swarms. The best persuaded of himself, so full, as he thinks, with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all who look on him love him. And on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will plant in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady your cousin. On forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Oh, excellent. I smell a device.
I think mine is too.
He shall think by the letters that thou wilt drop, that they come from my cousin, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make an ass of him.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be animal.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work with him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third, where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Oh, good night, Pennsylvania.
The formations are excellent.
She's a being, true bred, and one that adores me. What is that?
I was adoring this too.
Let's to bed.
Huh.
Thou hast need send for more money.
If I do not recover your cousin, I am foul enough.
Send for money, now. Thou hast her not in the end, hold me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it out of you.
Come, I'll go burn some sack. It is too late to go to bed now. Come.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now let's start with that piece of song. That old and antique song we heard last night. We thought it did relieve my passion much. More than light airs and recollected tunes of these most frisky gay-face times. Come, let me first.
She is not here, so it is your lordship that should say.
Who was it?
Feste, the jester, a fool, the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. She is above the house.
Seek her out and play between the line. Come here. If ever thou shalt love in the sweet pangs of it, remember, for such as I am, all true lovers are, unstained and skittish in all motions ours, save the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How else thou like this tune?
It gives a merry echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it, young though thou art, and I have stayed upon some favor that it loves, have it not, boy?
A little, by your favor,
What kind of woman?
of your complexion,
She's not worthy then. What years of age?
about your years, my lord.
Jewel, by heaven! But still the woman to be elder than herself. So ways she to him, so sways she love on her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm. A longing, wavering, sooner lost than won in women's time.
I think it well, my lord.
Oh, come. The song we had last night. Market star, it was old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters from the sun, and the free maids that leave their for their bone duty to chant. Their silly suit, and dallies with the innocence of love like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Aye, prithee, sing.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white circle with you prepare it. My part of death no one so true did share it. Come away, death, come away, come away.
There's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to anything.
Now the melancholy god protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy lines are very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business be everything and their intent everywhere. For that's it that always makes a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Huh.
Let all the rest be place. Once more, sir. Get each your same song. Tell her my love, for more noble than the world prizes not the quantity of dirty lands. The parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her I will misgive his fortune. 'Tis that miracle, and queen of gems nature pranks her and attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so intimate.
sooth, but you must say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great pang of heart, as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sighs can buy the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack attention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. Not motion of the liver, but of the power that suffers to fight, plunge, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, can digest as much. Make no compare between that love the woman can bear me and that I owe Olivia.
But I know
What dost thou know?
too well what love living to men may owe. In faith they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter, loved a man, as it might be perhaps were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment like a worm in the bud feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy sat, like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
Died thy sister for love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's me. To her in haste. Give her this jewel. See, my love can give no place. I know today.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death in melancholy.
Oh, wouldst thou not be glad to have the miserly, rascally sheep-biter come by so notable shade?
I would exalt man. You know he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear maiden here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again. And we will fool him black and blue. Shall we not, surrender?
We do not, it is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my metal of India?
Get you all three into the box tree. Now Volpio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun practicing behaviors to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him, for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close in the name of jesting. Lie thou fair, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard her come thus near, that should she fancy, should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
He's an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him, how he jets under his advanced plumes.
Slight hearts.
Oh, peace, I say. To be Count Malvolio.
Oh, rogue.
Miss Glenn.
Peace, peace. There is example for it. The lady of the Strachey there, the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fine.
Oh, peace, peace. It was deeply. Look at how imagination blows.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my stable
For a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
calling my officers about me in my branch velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I had left Olivia sleeping.
No, fire and brimstone.
Peace, peace.
And then to have the humor of state. Then after a demure traveler regard telling I know my places, I would they should do theirs. To ask for my kinsman Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Peace, peace, peace. Now.
7 of my men, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance wind up watch or play with some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
The more silence may be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile. with an austere regard of control,
And does not Toby take you a blow of the lips then?
saying, Cousin Toby, my fortune having cast me on your cousin, give me this prerogative of speech.
What? What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Oh, outside.
Hey, patience will break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warned you.
One Sir Andrew.
I'm useless. I bet you call me a fool.
Employment halfway here.
No, come here's the jail.
Peace. In the spirit of humorous intimate reading aloud to him.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. This be her very C's, her U's, and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her G's? Why not?
The impressure, her Lucrece, with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. Who should this be?
Winsome liver and all.
Jove knows I love. Who? Lips do not move. No man must know. What should follow? The numbers alter. No man must know if this should be thee, Malvolio. Mary hang thee, Brock. I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knight with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
Fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I. Neighbor first, let me see.
Additional poison as she dressed him.
With what wing the Daniel chatter?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. This is evident in any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in it. But the end, what should this alphabetical position portend? If I can make this resemble something in me, softly, M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make up that. He is now in cold set.
Soda will cry upon it for all of it. It would be as rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio, M. Why, that begins my name.
Did I not say he would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
M. But then there's no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And the foe shall end, I hope.
I will cuddle him and make him cry, oh.
And I comes behind.
Aye, if you had an eye behind you, you might see detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. The simulation is not as the former, but if I could crush it a little, it would bow to me for every one of these letters are in my name. So, here follows prose. If this falls into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates embrace, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast off thy humble sloth and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments sustain. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. He thus advises thee the size for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell. She that would alter service with thee, the fortunate unhappy. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will watch all gross acquaintances. I will be point devise the very man. I do not have to fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered. Jove, I thank thee, I am happy. I will be strained stout in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised. Here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well, therefore in my presence still smile, my dear sweet eye, prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything thou wilt have me.
I would have not given my part of this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the soap field.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So can I do
And ask no other dowry with her, but such another jest.
Nor I either.
Here comes my noble Volventure.
set thy foot on my neck.
Or on my knee.
I grieve with trade to become thy bondslave.
In favor, I either.
Why thou hast put him in such a dream? When the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true. Does he work upon him like Aquavita with a midwife? If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a colour she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile on her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him to a notable contempt. If you will see this, follow me.
Oh, to the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I want to.
Save thee, friend, and my music. Dost thou live by the chamber?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say the king lies by a beggar, if the beggar dwells near him, or the church stands by thy tabor, if thy tabor stand by the church.
You have said, sir, to see this age, a sentence is but a shove of a glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
Nay, that's certain. Those that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would therefore my sister had no name, sir.
Why?
My sir, her name's a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed words are very rascals, since bonds disgrace them.
Thy reason.
Truth, sir, I can yield you none without words, and words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir, I do care for something, but in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, I would make you invisible.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir, the Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool till she be married, and fools are as like husbands as pilchards are to herrings. The husband's the bigger. Indeed, I'm not a fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Forsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now, Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I'm almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is my lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bred, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia, sir, to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you. 'Tis well begged.
Matter, I hope is not a great one, sir. Begging, but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will construe to them whence you come. Who you are and what you would is out of my welkin. I might say element. The word is overborne.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. She must observe their mood on whom she jests, the quality of persons and the time, and, like the haggard, check at every feather that comes before her eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art, for folly that she wisely shows is fit, but wise men folly fallen, critique their wit.
Save me, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Do the nowadays, sir.
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur.
And sir, you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My cousin is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your cousin, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean, to go, sir. When?
I will enter you with gates and entrance. But we are prevented. Most excellent and accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
That means that orchard, rails. What?
My matter hath no voice, lady, but your own most brightness and vouchsafe, dear.
And odors and bugs. Yellow fruit already.
Let the garden door be shut. Maybe it's my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
By duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. It was never merry world since lowly failing was called compliment. Your servant, the Count Orsino, you.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not of him, for his thoughts, but they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to let your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I beg you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music of spheres.
Dear lady,
Give me leave. Beseech you. I consent after the last enchantment. Did hear a ring chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force that on you, and shameful cunning which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake and baited it with all the muzzled thoughts that tear in his heart can think? One of your receiving, enough is shown, a cypress. My bosom hides my heart. So, let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
Has a degree to love.
No, not a prize, for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then? The case is time to spend again. The world. How poor are to be proud. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall for the lion than the wolf. The clock upbraids me with the waste of time. You're not good youth. I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, your life is like to reap a proper man. There lies a way due west.
Then westward home. Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay. I prithee tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right, I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I think it might, for now I am your fool.
What a deal of scorn that's beautiful. Contempt and anger on his lip. Never skill shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario! By the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honor, truth, and everything I love thee so that longer all I cry, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo thou therefore hast no cause, but rather reason thus with reason better. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one true, and that no woman has, nor ever none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. So adieu, good madam. Nevermore shall I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet, come again, for perhaps thou makes move that heart, which now abhors, to like his love.
Your faith will not stay it, child longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom, give thy reason.
Must needs yield your reason, Sir Aunt.
Mary, I saw your cousin be more famous in house serving men than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it in the orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As I see that,
This was a great argument in love and her toward you.
slightly to make it pass in me.
I will prove it legitimate, sir. We're the oath of judgment and wreath.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noel was a sailor.
She did show favor to me in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake you from your dormost valley, put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You then would have accosted her with some quick jests, firing in from the mint. You should have banged me even to dumbness. So slip for out your hand. And Mrs. Bolt, the double-gilt opportunity you let time wash away, you have now sailed into the north of my lady's opinions. You will hang like an icicle in the Dutchman's beard. Alas, you redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valor or policy.
And in any way, it must be without that. For policy, I mean. I am deeply a grounds as a politician.
Why then build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor? Challenge me, the Count's youth, you'll find it. Hurt him in 11 places. My cousin shall take note of it. And assure thyself there is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with women than report of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge?
Go. Write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and brief. It is no matter how heavy, so it be eloquent and full of invention, taunting, the license of ink. If thou vowest him some thrice, and shall not be missed, and as many lies as will lie in thy sheet of paper, although the sheet were big enough for the bed of wear in England, set them down. Go. About. Let there be gall enough in thy ink, though thou write with a goose pen. No matter. About.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculum. Go.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I have been dear to him, lad. Some 2,000 strong, so.
We'll have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it.
Never trust me, then. By all means, sir, on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot be lived together. Or Andrew, if he were opened up and to find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot or flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Oh, look, the youngest run of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and would laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yonder gull Malvolio has turned to him, a very renegado. For there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly could ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings.
And got started?
Most enormously, like a pen takes a school to the church. I have dogged him, like his murderer. He does observe every point of the letter I drop to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is in the new map, with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take the front for him.
Oh, come, bring us where he is.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you made your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire more sharp than violet steel did spur me forth. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy what might befall your travel, being skinless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, rather than these arguments of fear set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make, but thanks and ever thanks. And oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay, but were my worth as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Countess galleys, I did some service of such note indeed that, were I taken here, it would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew great number of his people.
The offense was not of such bloody nature, albeit the quality of time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. Oh, it might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself stood alone, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too open.
Doth not fit me. Hold, sir. Here's my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant is best to lodge. I'll bespeak our diet, whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have me. Why a purse? Happily your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase, and your store, I think, is not for idle markets, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast it? What bestow of him? Or use this pauper off and beg or borrow? I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my horses. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He's sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam. He does nothing but smile. Your ladyship would best have some guard about you if he come, for sure the man is taken in his wits.
Go call him hither. As mad as he is, sad and very madness he will be. From now, Malvolio.
Sweet lady.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad? I could be sad. This does cause some obstruction in the blood. This cross artery. But what of that? If it please thee, I have one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is, please one, and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What's the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hand, and command shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Verona has.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, I'll come to thee.
Comfort me! Why dost thou smile so, and kiss thy hands so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request? Yes, nightingales answer calls.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness, 'twas well read.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great,
Huh?
some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He intends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Mariah, let this fellow be looked to. Where is my cousin Toby? He should have special care of him, or not have a miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Ho, ho, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose so that I may appear stubborn, for she excites me to that in the letter, and consequently sets down the banner as a sad face, a reverent carriage, a slow tongue, and a habit of some surrogate, and so forth. I have limed her, but it is Joe's doing, and Joe made me thankful. When she went away now, have this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. That no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no indifferent or unsafe circumstance. What can be? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospects of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he? In the name of sanctity, all the devils of hell be drawn to little, and legion himself possessed in me, and I'll speak to him.
Here he is, here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Go off and let me enjoy my private.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did I not tell you, Sir Toby? My lady prays you to have a care of him.
Ah, that's you, sir.
Go to, peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you? Malvolio, how's it with you? What, man, defy the devil? Consider, he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
Lie you, and you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it to heart? Pray God he be not bewitched. Carry his water to the wise woman, Mary, and it will be done tomorrow morning if I live. My lady would not loose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
Prithee, hold thy peace. I do not see you moving. This is not the way. Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently. The fiend is rough and shall not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my barcock? How dost thou jump?
Sir,
I bid you come with me. What, man, 'tis not for gravity to play a cherry with Satan. Hang him, foul collier.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
my prayers mix.
No, I warrant you, he'll not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Impossible!
If this were played upon the stage, I could condemn it as improbable fiction.
This very genius have taken the infection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him, lest the device take air and taint. We shall make him mad indeed.
But I was spoken the quiet. We'll have him in a dark room and bound. My cousin is already to believe that he's mad. We may carry him thus. For our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, time under bread promptest to have mercy on him, at which time we'll bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of man. Ah, let's see, let's see.
More matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. Warrant this vinegar and pepper.
Is it so, Saucy?
Is it? I warrant him. Do but read.
Give me. Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, or I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note. Keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly, but thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief. And exceeding good sense. Less.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still, you err on the windy side of the law. Good.
Very well. And God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine. My hope is better, and so look to thyself, thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Egerton. This letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it to him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some converse with my lady, and will by and by to mother.
Go, Sir Andrew. Stand before him in the corner of the orchard like a bomb bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw. And as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off gives manhood more approbation than ever proves itself would emerge. Away.
Yea, let me alone for swearing.
Now will not I deliver his letter. The behavior of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. His employment pleases Lord, my cousin confirms no else. Therefore, this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. You will find it comes from plot. But, sir, I will deliver this challenge by word of mouth. So upon make you cheek a notable reward of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I notice you will happily perceive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so frighten them both, that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices.
Here he comes with your cousin. Yet wait till he take leave, and presently after.
I will meditate while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
I had said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honor to one cherry of it. There's something in me that reproves my fault, but such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it but mocks reproof.
With the same behavior that your passion bears goes on my master's grief.
Where the store for me? refuse it not. Have no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? That honour's sake, may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How, with mine honour, may I give him that which I have given to you?
Why, will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. Ain't like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, for God's sake,
And you, sir?
the defense thou hast. Take it to it. What nature of the wrongs thou hast done him, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, blood as the hunter, tends thee in the orchard end. Discount thy tongue. Be air in thy preparation. For thy assailant is quick, skillful, and dead.
You mistake, sir. I'm sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear of any image of offence done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, would take you to your God. For your opposite hath in him what you, strength, skill, and wrath, can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, done with unhatched bravery and on common consideration, but he's a devil in private role. Souls and bodies hath he divorced free. And his incensement at this very moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Arbuthnott is his word, give it or take it.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men who put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Be like this is a man of back work.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore, get you home and give him his desire. That you shall not to the house unless you undertake that with me, with which as much safety you might answer him. Therefore, or strip your sword stark naked for metal you must, that's certain, or persuade to wear armor about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know of the knight what my offence to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. See your fame. Stay you by this gentleman till my return.
Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you. Even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing but that wonderful promise, to read him by his form, which you are like to find him the proof of his valor. He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, bloody, and fatal opponent that you could possibly found in any part of the Union. If we walk toward him, I will make your peace with him if I can.
Shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that I'd rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not to know so much of my metal.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a farrago. I have passed with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the sucking with such a mortal motion that it is inevitable. And the answer, he pays you as surely as your feet hit the ground they step on. They say he has been fencer to the Sophie.
Hawk's eye, how now? Metal.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified. Maybe can scarce hold him yonder.
Why not? And I thought he had been down and so kind of impressed, I would have seen him damned. Let me look at that instead, and I'll give him my horse. Great.
I'll make the motion. Stand here, make a good show on it, It shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have this horse to take up the quarrel. I persuade you to deal as a devil.
He is as horribly conceited as him, and pants and looks pale as a terror at his heels.
Come, sir, there's no remedy. You will fight him for his own sake. Mary, you have good fortune of his quarrel, and he finds that now scarce to be talking. Therefore, draw some portions of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Get round if you seem furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honour's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot but well avoid it, but he has promised me as he is a gentleman. And the soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on, do it.
Pray God keep his oath.
I do assure you it is against my will.
Oh, if this youth had done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you. You, sir, why? What are you? One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will? Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
Oh, good Sir Charlie, hold! Here comes the officer.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put up your sword if you please.
Very well, my sir. And for that I promise you, I will be as good as my word. You will very easily get praise.
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no, John. I know your favor well. Well, now you have no sea captain in your head. Come, sir, you know I know you well.
I must obey. This comes in seeking you, but there's no remedy. I must answer it. What will you do now that my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what falls to myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat you of some of that money.
What money, sir? Out of the fair kindness you showed me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble, out of my mean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, here's half my copper.
Will you deny me now? Is it possible my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Oh, do not tempt my misery, lest it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you for those kindnesses I've done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more than anyone than lying, vagueness, babbling, drunkenness, or any tainted vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Heavens themselves!
Come, sir, I pray you go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with all sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to me?
But oh, how vile and idle proves this God. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good fortune shame. In nature, there's no virtue but the mind. No one can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks overflourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Away, sir. Come, come.
Leave me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true, imagination, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you.
Come hither, knight. Come hither, Fagin. We'll whisper over a couple or two of sage thoughts.
He named Sebastian. I, my brother, know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
Pray, this honest paltry boy ain't more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him. As for his cowardship, ask Fagin.
A coward. Most avowed coward. Religiously.
Slay, after him again and beat him.
Do cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not!
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money to be nothing yet.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to! Thou art a fool. Let me be clear of thee.
Well, held out in faith. No, I do not know you, nor I am not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her. Nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing
Anything that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly? He has heard that word of some great man and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I'm afraid this great lover, the world, will prove a cockney. I prithee, sir, ungird thy strangeness and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, fool, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. It's wise men that give fools money give themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase.
Now, sir, I've met you again. There's for you.
Why, there's for thee, and there are all the people mad.
Oh, sir, I'll throw your dagger on the house.
This will I tell my lady straight. I would not be in some of your coats for tuppence.
Come on, sir, hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. The action the better he gets him if there be any law in Illyria. No, he struck me first. Yeah, it's no matter for you.
Let go thy hand.
Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron, your red flesh, come on.
I will be free from thee. What wouldst thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? Nay, I must have an ounce or two of this malabred blood from you.
Help me! On thy life I charge thee, hold!
Madam?
Will it be ever thus, ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached? Out of my sight! Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesky, be gone. I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath watched up, that thou thereby mayest smile at this. Oh, thou shalt not choose with foe, do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me. Started one poor heart of mine in need.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense and let thee steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come. I prithee, let thou be ruled by me.
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be. Then, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard.
Make him believe thou art Sir Topaz the curate. Evidently, all call Sir Toby the wise.
Well, I'll put it on. I will dissemble myself in it. That's what I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. I am tall enough to become the function well, or lean enough to be thought a good student. To be said, an honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly as to say a careful man and a great scholar. The competitors enter.
Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, Sir Toby, for as the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink, very wittily said to a niece of King Arbuthnott, that is. So I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For what is that? But that, and is, but is.
To him, Sir Topaz.
What ho, I say, peace in this treason.
Knave counterfeits well a good knave.
Who calls there?
Sir Topaz, the curate who comes to visit Malvolio, the lunatic.
Sir Topaz. Good Sir Topaz, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topaz, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fine, I'm dishonest Satan, and I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
Why, it hath bay windows, transparent as barricados, and the clerestories toward the south north are as lustrous as ebony. And yet, complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman thou erest. Say there is no darkness but ignorance.
in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fall.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell, and I say never was a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits as thou art, make the trial of it any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion.
Very well, remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Very well.
Sir Topaz up there, Sir Topaz!
Oh, my most exquisite Sir Topaz.
Nay, I am Frau Water. So mightest have done this without thy beard and gown. Seest thee not?
Do in thine own voice, and bring me word of how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were, for I am now so far enough fenced with my cousin that I cannot with any safety pursue this sport to the upshot. Come, by and by to my tent.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Fool?
My lady is unkind, pretty.
Fool?
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I say?
She loves another. Who calls how?
Fool. As ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to a candle and pen, ink and paper. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Good fool, never was a man so notoriously abused. I tell thee, fool, I am as well in my wits as thou art.
But as well, then you are mad indeed if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here property me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to fix me out of my wits.
Advise what you say, the minister is here! Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep and leave thy vain bingo babbles.
Sir Topaz?
Maintain over to them, good fellow. Oh, I, sir, not I, sir. God be with you, good Sir Topaz. There you man. I will, sir, I will.
Fool, I say.
Advise what you say, alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? Ships were speaking to you.
Fool, help me to a light and paper. I tell thee I'm as well in my wits as any man in a livery.
Oh, dear that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of Blender did.
I will help you to it, but tell me true. Are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll never believe a madman until I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Good fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that harassed me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant. Yet there he was, and there I found his credit, that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad, or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs to their dispatch, with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceitful. But here the lady comes.
Let not this haste of mine, if you mean well, now go with me and this holy man into the chantry by. There, before him, and underneath that consecrated roof, might be the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it whilst you are willing it shall come to know, what time we will our celebration keep according to my birth. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you. And having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father. And heaven so shine that they may fairly know this act of mine. If you promise me, let me see his letter. Good Master Fabian, grant me another request. Anything. Do not desire to see this letter. This is to give a dog in recompense. Desire my dog again.
Belong me to the lady, look at friends.
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
Well, I'm not stopping, good fellow.
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary. It's better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly I am an ass. So that by my foes I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused. So that conclusions be as kisses, therefore negatives make affirmatives, why the worse for my friends, and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
My betrothed, sir, no, though it please you be one of my friends.
Shall not be the worse for me. There's gold.
But then it would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
You'd give me double counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, it would be so much a sinner as to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo, secundo, tertio is a good play, and the old saying is the third pays for all. The triplex, sir, is a good tripping measure, or the bells of St. Bennet may put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
Fool no more money than me in this throw. If you will let your lady know I'm going to speak with her and bring her along with you, it may wake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I know, sir, but I would not have you to think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, let your bounty take a nap. I will awaken anon. Here comes the man that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, it was the smear of the blackest Vulcan in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he captain of, for shallow draught of Vulcan prizable, with which such faithful grapple did he make with the most noble bottom of our fleet. That very envy and eternal loss cry fame and honor upon him. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the Phoenix and her from Candy, and this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private rabble, did I apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies?
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on base and ground enough, Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ungrateful boy, there, by your side. From my rude season raged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love. Without pretension or restraint, all his in dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, fear for his love into the danger of this adverse town. True to defend him when he was beset, where being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20-year removed thing while one would wink. Denied me my own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord. And for 3 weeks before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
The Countess approaches. Heaven walks under. As for thee, fellow thy words are mad. 3 months since you have depended upon me, but more than anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord that he may not head, where Olivia may seem serviceable? Sorry, you do not keep promise with me, madam.
Gracious Olivia,
What do you say, Cesario?
Good my lord. My lord would speak, my duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as spectacles to my ears. How late after music?
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
To perverseness? You uncivil lady, whose ingrate and unauspicious alters my soul, the faithfulest outwards, breathed out the air devotion tended. What shall I do?
Even when it please my lord, that shall become him.
Why should I not have I the heart to do it? Like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love? Savage jealousy that sometimes savors noble. But hear me this, since you to none regard as cast my faith, and I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this your minion whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear of that cruel eye race his crown and his master's spite. Come forth with me, my thoughts are ripe in mischief. I will sacrifice the land that I do love to smite the raven's heart than a dove.
And I, most jocund act and willingly, to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love. More than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all moors than air I shall love wife. If I do feign, you witnesses above, punish my life for tainting of my love.
I indeed detest it. How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come, when?
Whither, my lord Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
I, husband, can he that deny?
Her husband, sirrah.
No, my lord, not I.
Alas! Is the basis of thy fear that makes thee strain on thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario, take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearest. Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep it in darkness, what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe, what thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
The contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by the interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function, by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me toward my grave I've traveled but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or when thou knowest thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip should be thine overthrow? Farewell and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never be.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear! Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon. There will resonate to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He's broken my head across and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too.
Who is this, Sir Andrew?
Lord Cesario, the Count's servingman. We took him for a coward, but he is the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman Cesario.
Oh, it's likely. Here he is. You broke my head across for nothing. And that I did, I was set upon to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Oh, here comes Sir Toby Halton. You shall hear more. He had not been able to drink you in other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen? How is it? That's all one.
Has hurt me, and there's the end of it. So, did Cedric surgeon so?
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby. An hour agone, his eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Then he's a rogue, and a passing measures payment. Oh, I hate a drunken rogue.
Who hath made this habit with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed yet.
Will you help, huh? An asshead, and a coxcomb, and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a gull.
And wait with him. Let's hurry load too.
I'm sorry, madam, I have hurt your kinsman. But had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with women's safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and 2 persons. Natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, oh my dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee?
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is no more twin than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian?
How wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister whom the blind ways of surgeons have devoured. Of charity, what care you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Thessaly. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too, so when he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears that fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow,
And so had mine.
and died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance and time, place, fortune, do cohere and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since have been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook. But nature provides through that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
Not amazed. Like noble is his blood. If this be so, as if the glass seems true, I shall have shared this most happy with. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep as true in soul as doth that orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy women's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now endurance at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him.
And yeah, unless
No, I remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distressed. Most distracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, Sirrah? Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the stab's end, as well as a man in his case may do. Has he written a letter to you? I would have given it to you today morning, but as madman's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much from their delivery. Open it and read it. Look to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam! Come now! Art thou mad? No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it that it ought to be. You must allow thoughts. Prithee, read it thy right wits. So I do, Madonna, but to read his right wits is to read thus. Therefore, repent, my princess, and give ear. Read it you, Sirrah. By the Lord, madam, you have wronged me, and the world shall know it. So you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin a rule over me. Yet I have the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have the letter you writ that induced me into the semblance I put on, with the which I don't not, but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought, speak only out of my injury. Gladly use Malvolio. Did he write this? Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
Bring him hither, Fabian. See him delivered. My lord, so please you, these things for you to make me as well as sister as a wife. And they shall crown me lines on it, here at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace her offer. Our master quits you. For your service done, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. Since you called me master for so long, here's my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
Oh, sister, you are she.
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it if you can in hand or phrase. Or say 'tis not your seal, not your intention. You can say none of it. Well, granted, and tell me in modesty of honor why you've given me such clear lights of favor bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people. And acting this in obedient hope, why you have suffered me to be imprisoned and kept in a dark house and visited by the priest and made the most notorious Geckengall that ever invention played on. Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but unfortunately 'tis Mariah's hand. And how I do be confused, she first told me thou wast mad, then gavest and smiling, and in such forms, which were presupposed upon me in the letter, prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly cast upon thee, but when we know the grounds and office of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel, no nor brawl taint this present hour, which I wondered at, in hopes it shall not. Most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here. Find some stubborn and uncourteous parts we have conceived against him. I write the letter at Sir Toby's great importance. Recompense for it, he hath buried her, and with a sportful malice it was followed. May rather have the latter than revenge, if the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Poor fool, how have they baffled thee? Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude, one topaz, sir, but that's all one. My lord fool, I am not mad. Do you remember, madman? Why laugh you at him, you don't smile, and now you're barren. And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges.
Be revenged. Oh no, back of you!
He hath his month notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to appease. He hath not told us the captain. And that is known in golden time of events. Solemn commendation shall be paid of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we shall not part from hence. Sorry to come. So you shall be while you are a man. But when another happens you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
When I was a little tiny boy with hey-ho, wind and rain, foolish thing was but a toy for the rain, it raineth every day. A great while ago the world begun with hey-ho, wind and the rain, but that's all one, my play is done, and will strive to please you every day. It's